This is not the time to be delusional. This is not the time to live in denial if such a person is in your life. We call it mind games, but it's really witchcraft. In order to manipulate, control, so that somebody's false reality is reflected back at them. So that somebody's false reality, because they can't handle reality, is reflected at them. That means they have to manage situations and people so that the delusion in their mind is reflected back at them. Even if it means to bend you, to contort you, to deny you, to withdraw from you, to annihilate you, to withhold from you, in all kinds of ways, which all of that falls under the umbrella of abuse. All because they cannot deal with the reality of who they are. They don't want to. They don't want to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very disheartening. The many ways the enemy is stealing, destroying, and unaliving people. So these are the things that you will see in your life when someone like this is in your life. There will be control. Managing external factors, including you, is priority in order to have reflected back what they see in their mind. The perfection, the godlike character, the infallible, delusional image they have in their mind of themselves. And if somebody believes that they're infallible, then it's your fault constantly. You're the one who needs to change. You're the one who misunderstood. You're the one who's too sensitive. You're the one who's overthinking. You're the one who didn't do that. You're the one who didn't place the keys in the place that they're supposed to be. You're the one who left the stove on. You're the one who got it all wrong. You're the one who mismanages the money. Because this person is infallible. So one of the ways you realize that you're dealing with envy and jealousy, in the many ways pride expresses itself. You'll be the one apologizing for things you didn't do to keep the peace. It's not peace. It's to keep the delusion going. And all of that is to protect the spirit of pride. The spirit of pride is never wrong. So the more you play into the delusion, that spirit of pride is growing greatly. The delusion is becoming incredibly anchored. That person becomes truly out of touch with reality. When you're a truth teller, oftentimes when you meet people like that, when they talk about you to people, they'll often call you crazy. And I'll tell you why. When somebody doesn't understand why you don't see them as a God, as perfect, as infallible, they think there's something wrong with you. Oftentimes, people who are very authentic and very truthful, who live in congruence, meaning they accept their weaknesses and they accept their strengths, they're not delusional about who they are. They're not trying to image management. They accept life as it is. And those are often people who live in humility. Oftentimes, people who are humble and live in reality, when they come across people like this, it's such an offense to people who have a spirit of pride and live in a delusion, because they don't understand why you're not mirroring back who they believe they are. And if you take it a step further and actually challenge their false reality, they think you're crazy. They truly do. Because why are you not seeing that they're perfect? Why are you not seeing that they are the best thing since sliced bread? Why are you trying to be difficult? What's wrong with you that you don't see this God in front of you? So not everybody who goes around saying this person is crazy, that person is crazy, this person is crazy, that person, there's something wrong with that person. It isn't that there's something wrong with that person, it's that that person is actually the honest one who doesn't give in to delusions. Some of your friends are calling people crazy out here because they're the ones who are delusional. And they're meeting people who reflect true reality back at them, and they will not budge. They prefer lies instead of truth. There will be an insatiable, consistent need for competition to always one-up you. There will be an insistent need to constantly one-up you. Things can't just be normal. Things cannot just be that you're good at something this person is not good at, or that you made a mistake without it being overemphasized. There's just no sense of normality. Everything is always a competition. Hey. You will always be put through tests. They need to prove that they're better than you. And you constantly need to prove that they have value. And the way they gauge how important or how better they are than you is to provoke, to bait, to insult, to see how they can move you emotionally. Your responses are the things that give them a sense of value and importance. Because if they can be cruel and your normal human response is to cry, that means you're weak and they're strong. Imagine thinking cruelty is strength. If they steal from you and you're disappointed, there's something wrong with you. After all, they deserved what's yours because they're infallible. They're perfect. They deserve it. You didn't. If they placed the family in danger because they gambled money away and now paying rent or the electricity or rates and taxes is going to be a problem, why are you so concerned and why are you panicking? They've got you in a state of confusion and panic and urgency, and that's another thing. There's always urgency. They're always creating problems. And you've got to go around putting out fires. And that makes them feel powerful. Imagine feeling powerful because you make bad decisions and roping people into crisis. And to them, that is interpreted as importance. putting your family in crisis, getting yourself into all kinds of dangerous situations, creating a mess, making reckless, arbitrary decisions, constantly bringing incongruence in your children's lives. Instability means that you're important. And they love watching people run around them, putting out fires, straightening out the mess they created because it makes them feel important. For them, that's value. It shows how influential they are. Pride expresses itself that way because it refuses to admit insecurity. It refuses to admit fear. It refuses to admit feeling less than. It refuses to ask for help. It refuses to accept that it doesn't know everything. It refuses being human. So that's how you know you're dealing with something that isn't human. And that person, because they refuse to repent and humble themselves, they become a weapon formed against you.